Gamer7 and welcome back to another video here. If you paid attention to the title, you sort of know what's going on. If you just sort of randomly for some reason click this video and didn't pay attention to the title, probably a little confused right now. It's just my screensaver, my desktop view, whatever you want to call it. Not really a screensaver, as I first stated, but you get my point. Basically, I had seen, like, a few people, not too many, at least, like, for me personally, I'd only seen, like, one or two, maybe three people every once, like, actually doing, like, little videos where they go through and actually look through their screenshots. Especially, like, you know, because some people who record videos, they have so many screenshots for stuff that never makes it into the view, like, never is seen by anyone, and then there's also some people that just really like taking screenshots and then like to show them off, and may not have got to show off a bunch of them. I'm a little bit of both, so we are going to screenshots, and yes, I've went to screenshots enough that I could just easily go into them. But this is, like, ones that I've, like, very, very recently taken. They are mostly builds, except for this one. I had to take that one for episode 88 of the Eevee Family. But yeah, for the most part, these are builds. I do have actual folders for all this stuff. So yeah, I have a sorting, which is good to some degree. No one sees this part, but now you are. But I'm actually going to at least start today in this folder right here, which is the Eevee Family. And then I'm going to see how long that takes, and then we might go into one other folder, and then I'm probably going to stop recording and maybe just go ahead and record a second video. But I definitely know the third one I'm going to go is this one, which is going to be a little behind the scenes info that comes with this one right here. But for now, we're going to go into the Eevee Family folders, which is probably my most beloved family, and there's probably several photos that I think, like, I've got some Eevee family members in another folder as well. Like, things got a little complicated for me trying to mix them up. But yeah, so we're sort of just gonna go and go and look through some of these at this folder and see what I have put in this folder. Starting with the first one, which they're definitely not in order because it goes by, like, the month first instead of the year. So some of them may be from, like, 2-3 years ago, and then some of them, it goes by the month. So but yeah, this is Hal and Marina, which I love Marina so much, and they're now dating. So, and I hope they stay together. I hope things work out as they get into adulthood, because they are both still teenagers, but they're about to be adults. Especially Hal. I think Hal's a little bit older, so he's definitely, and then she's gonna follow not too long behind. I hope they stay together because I love her. But this was, why is this? Wait, can I? Oh no, can I do this? Yeah, let's do this. Let's put it into full screen mode. Obviously, I was at Umbreon's house around this time, because this is Kaizen and Everett on the swings. This is sort of a strange look that Everett's got going on, but at the same time, sweet brotherly moment. Why does it have to take so long? Why is it so blurry before? Okay, this is a better screenshot of both of them, but it looks like Kaizen barely moved, but Everett moved a lot in between those two photos. I do see that Everett has suffered from the eyebrow change all of a sudden. So apparently I didn't either notice it at that time, or either I was just like, I am tired of changing, because the triplets have suffered from their hair changing quite often. So I just took a bunch of photos. Oh, and then that's I think they were having, like, a vampire spar, a friendly vampire spar, because obviously, you know, they are, like, strongest bond ever. But oh, what have I done? I have done things. My scroll wheel. It's 'cause you. But yeah, this is definitely when Umbreon had first turned into a vampire, and he's still trying to learn the whoops. And Willow here, who is just standing in, like, she is not a vampire, but she is married to a vampire, and she's also their neighbor, I think. I'm pretty sure she's their neighbor, so, you know. I'm pretty sure she's used to this, but at the same time, she's probably like, oh, it's gotta burn a little bit. And this adorable moment. I remember this adorable moment. Yeah, this is, Jolteon going on a date with Athena and taking Ellie along with them. So, you know, Ellie got to see the girlfriend and also get to meet her. And then we're back to Umbreon's household. This is just all over the place with Hal and Everett. Looks like Hal's doing homework. Everett is eating. Misdreavus is playing games. That's me. that would, this was a party. This was a party. Why was he doing homework at a party? But yeah, here's like the whole Eevee fam gangs plus friends, because I mean, we got like Willow here. This is Misdreavus' friend Riley, I believe's her name. We got Dante back there, High Train. We got Riker, who is currently living in Espeon's house, and there's his daughter right there. Nicole, no. Is she Nicole? No, I think his ex-wife was Nicole. Or maybe she is Nicole. I done forgot. I'm actually usually pretty good at remembering all my Sims names, but, this case I'm not. That's Riley's daughter, Zara. I do remember that. It looks like people are leaving. And a proposal moment. I know eventually one of them would show up. I think technically only 3 of the Eevee families have went through the proposal. Well, the Eevee family members have went through the proposal process. Sadly, only 3 of them have got that opportunity so far. But, you know, hey, at least, you know, some of them are, you know, going through that lovely time of their life. And obviously Vaporeon said yes, of course she did. Because, you know, I think she never fell out of love with Indra, but there was a little minor hitch. I know the puppy. Okay, this is way before the engagement, but this is Lynn when she was a little kid, and this was before they got engaged. This was the time period where Vaporeon and Indra wasn't together, because, you know, they were together, they had Lynn, then they separated, and then they got back together, and this is the phase of Lynn's life where her parents were not together. And Indra gave her a puppy. But that's when a fire happened. Laundry Day, is it Laundry Day? Had been out not too long before this, and the infamous dryer fire happened. And then we have Estelle and Jasper. Jasper, I think is his name. That was her boyfriend at the time, but she actually broke up with him. And then we have this, whatever's going on here. I don't quite know, but yeah, I think I solely took that picture because Flareon was done doing some overdramatic thing, and then this is Flareon making huge mistake with Kevin, which Flareon has done several times. Lovely father-daughter moment. There's one of the others. The other one won't be in this folder for reasons, but there's the other one, Misdreavus and Umbreon, which are still to this day one of my favorite couples. Vaporeon is one of my favorite Sims ever, but I love Umbreon and Misdreavus' relationship more than I do Vaporeon and Indra's. Not gonna lie. I love these two together. It's something about them. It just makes me happy. And there's Estelle. I remember I purely took this picture because I find Estelle... Oh, goodness gracious. Things are making noises on my computer. I purely took this picture because Estelle is pretty. She's one of the prettiest Sims ever, and she came through genetics. I did not make her this way. There was nothing other than her eyebrows and her hair changed, and I may have put those CC eyes on her. I don't know if they happened naturally or if I put them on. But other than that, I didn't, like, tweak her lips or her nose or her eyes or anything like that. It was genetics gave her this. And this is her without makeup, and she's still beautiful. Again, I mean, beautiful. Estelle is Eevee's daughter, actually. If you don't know, if you never watched the Eevee Family, you sort of get a little quick glimpse at the Eevee Family and quick knowledge. But Estelle is Eevee's daughter. It was from when Eevee went out abroad for schooling. The story, and she made a really big mistake. She was very, very young. Like, she was, like, the youngest she could be and travel out of the state to do, like, studying abroad. And the father ended up keeping Estelle, and Eevee went back to her family, acted like nothing happened somehow. But eventually, Estelle and her dad moved across the water, wherever I am pretending it is, and now lived a little bit closer to where Eevee was. Not in the same, like, neighborhood, or even the same, like, technical state, or whatever, trying to refer to it as, but, close enough that easily ran into each other. And that's Jolteon getting abducted by aliens, and Vinion from the Forgotten series just watching, like, what's going on? And this is a cute moment of Leafeon with his daughter, Leah? I think this is Leah. I think her name's Leah. This is obviously when she's older. I'm pretty sure there's pictures of her as a toddler, but you know, again, this is not sorted by year and month. It's purely just the month. If I took pictures in January, oh, I'm knocking things over. If I took pictures in January from, it'd be 3 different years, but all January, but they're all together. I wish it wasn't ordered that way. I could probably fix that, but I didn't think about it until now. Too late! But yeah, anyway. And here's Ellie. Ellie was visiting her mom here. And these are her step-siblings. This is... It starts with a Z. Zaid. I think it's Zaid is his name. I can't remember her name. This girl over here, I don't know if my webcam's blocking her, actually, but she's, like, down over here. They have different fathers, all 3 of these. There she is better. I know who they're... This is... Ellie is Jolteon's. Zaid is Kingar's. And this girl, who I cannot remember her name, is Lander's. So they all have different fathers. And there's Peach. That's Ellie's mom. She's quite the person. But anyway, I think my webcam is actually blocking Peach, so you can't see her. And then that's a really sad Eevee. That's a not so sad Eevee, but a Flareon looking like, like Eevee is just like nonchalantly throwing something out there and just continue to be like, oh yeah, this big thing happened, and then act like nothing happened, and Flareon's like, what? What? And oh wow, this is a very, very early screenshot. This is like one of the first screenshots of the Eevee family. This is like Vaporeon's first hairstyle. That was Eevee's. Like, even though the Sims themselves don't change dramatically, especially if you have CC on them, they still look so much younger here. Even though in Sims World, it doesn't seem like they aged because it didn't really add many wrinkles and stuff on. Oh, this is Saya, which is Espeon's cat, and she looks very creepy here, but I don't care. And this is Vaporeon and Indra. Is this... I think this is actually at Indra's house, so this was when they were first together. No, this was not when they was first together. This is when they started talking again. And I actually had this going off screen, because I was, like, getting them to talk and getting their relationship back up, and getting, like, some romance starting again for, like, a little sneak peeky thing. And I remember I recorded something. I forgot exactly how I did it, but I was, like, doing, like, a video where it was, like, showing sneak peeks of stuff, basically, and y'all were getting to decide which household I did in the Townie Life series next. That's what it is. And I had her come over, talk, and, like, build this relationship up, and then I recorded that little segment, and Indra's household was one of them to choose from. And I had to crop it really far down on Vaporeon because she accidentally got pregnant again, and she was doing the pregnancy walk, but if I cropped it a certain way when she was coming through, it wasn't as obvious that she was doing the pregnancy walk. So that's a little behind the scenes thing there. This is Espeon's photo, which I took... What did I do for this? I did like a little thing for each one of them, where I took like screenshots of each one. And this, she had already moved to her house by this point. And this is Vaporeon. She had not moved to her house. This is actually at like one of the pools that I have, but it's fitting because it's Vaporeon. But I also just really like taking screenshots of my Sims. Obviously, I took quite a few of Vaporeon. But yeah, I put like their name and like a little description about them, I believe, up. And I think Umbreon and Misdreavus are actually together when I get to them, because I think at this point they were already, like, married or at least engaged. There's Glaceon. And I don't even know if she was supposed to have this hairstyle still at the time, because for a while there, this outfit had this hair, even though her hair was cut short. And I kept forgetting to change it. My bad. Also, I love Flareon with this hair. She doesn't have it anymore. She chopped it even shorter, but I love this hair on her. I would. Oh, that's Lynn. That's because I didn't have, like, poses for kids outside of cast at this time, so I had to do it this way, and then Green, like, crop her in. Her and Ellie both. This was when Ellie was still a child. Oh yeah, I did one for Indra, and I had Kira, because the story with Kira, and the reason why Vaporeon and Indra broke up in the first place is Kira was his childhood friend who had a crush on him for the longest time. He didn't see it that way. He just assumed they were close friends, but everyone else could tell she had, like, a huge thing for him. And Vaporeon just didn't like the fact that they were living together and that she felt that way for him, and she was very uncomfortable with it, but he didn't see it that way, so it was like this whole thing. And these pictures were pretty with Sylveon because it was so magical. It's a plushie on my thingy. Anyway, and I also had Leafeon here. I forgot. Leafeon, I will say, I struggle with his hairstyle sometimes because I can't decide. And there's Estelle's dad. This is Estelle's dad, Caden. Definitely not what you would probably expect from Eevee's type. But trust me, the further you follow Eevee's story, I think the dark hair is a theme for Eevee. Just saying. if you've seen it. But yeah, that's her dad. And Estelle is absolutely... She's so pretty. It makes me mad, sort of. But she's and here they are. There's Umbreon and Misdreavus, because they were already together and living together, I think, at this point. I love them. I love them so much. They're so adorable. And this, yep, they already had the triplets also, so they were potentially already married, or about to get married, because they ended up having the triplets before they got married. And also, this was before I changed, like, Kaizen up a bit. Fun fact, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I decided that Kaizen 1, he looked extremely, like, too one-toned color. Like, they look a lot more colored. I mean, they are all vampires, so technically, you know, they're not necessarily lively. But at the same time, I figured at least one of the triplets should have gotten Umbreon's skin tone, and because with my CC, it's really hard for the game to figure out what skin tone kids are supposed to be. I did actually change Kaizen's skin tone after this photo to fit more of Umbreon's skin tone. He's the one kid of their triplets to actually have that skin tone, and these are just more adorable shots of them. And this is the jungle. The jungle! When they all went to the jungle and they were all acting weird, and I thought that meant that someone was gonna die. Jolteon did almost die, though. Fun fact, he got poisoned. And this is Rainbow. This is when Rainbow first became part of the family. This is Flareon, who looks very, very much annoyed. This was Sylveon playing with the toy, and Leafeon clapping about her playing with the toy. The toy is invisible, also, by the way. But that was always weird. And this is Sylveon, not much, like, this used to be Sylveon, and then this is a later Sylveon. And this was her date with Mewtwo, which is still odd to me, but it just sort of happened. And they're still together, I think, but still to this day, don't know how I feel about that relationship, but it's a thing. And I already seen what's next. It's Umbreon and Misdreavus' wedding. And yes, she had a black dress because it was most fitting for her. They don't have any themes going on with everyone else's dresses. Once I go to another folder, you will see that is a different case for one of the other family members' weddings. But anyway, but yeah, this was their wedding, which was actually at a vampire bar at night because, you know, she was a vampire at the time, and they had vampire friends. This was getting home, and this is a father like son, son like father. How does that say? Father like son, I think. Or is it son like father? Which way does it go? Anyway, this is one of those moments. Either way. And I know it's because of the stinky diaper and the Sims game just automatically made them both do this, but it was a funny moment. And that's a really close-up of Eevee. Oh, I know I did these. This is when my friend Cassie tried to recreate their makeup on my face. And I had to get close-ups of them to compare them to my face. So yeah. And then this is the honeymoon. The honeymoon, they wore the same pants. Don't judge them. There wasn't many pants at the Jungle Adventure store for them to actually, that they liked. So they just wore the same thing. And this is when Umbreon became a vampire, or started the process of becoming a vampire. She bit him as like a little honeymoon gift, because, you know, that's a normal honeymoon gift. And this is Espeon, which hasn't been in a lot of these photos. I feel like Espeon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon have sort of been a little void in these photos, but here's Espeon and her ex-boyfriend. It was her boyfriend at the time. They not together anymore. And that was, okay, funny story. Funny story about this cat. This cat, if you know, Espeon has two cats, Saya and Arlo. I adopted a cat, and this was the cat I got. And then the game and my recording, like, basically my whole computer just went as I was recording her adopting this. So, when I was able to upload the game again, booted up the game again and stuff like that, it did not save. Because I remembered everything was starting to act weird. I tried to save it, and I wasn't sure if it saved. And so I just scrapped that whole end of that video and redid it to get Arlo. And there's Ellie. That is one of Arlo's... That is Arlo! That is Arlo! He's actually a kitten. That is Arlo. So that's what I got. There's another Eevee, just randomly. That's Darcy? Is that Darcy? I think that's Darcy. One of Umbreon's friends. Also was originally potentially could have wound it up with Umbreon, but it did not happen that way. And this was the moment that Vaporeon knew she potentially made a mistake. And this is the moment that she probably brought a little Lyn in the world. And this was Glaceon. Why did I have pictures? I think I was trying to decide what hair to give her. Obviously, I didn't give her that hair. And there she is with her ex-boyfriend. Were they actually dating? They were dating at the time. She broke up with him as soon as she found out that he had a little tiny apartment and had a daughter. I know, she's shallow. That's how she is. And then immediately went to Lander's place. This is Coop. This is Leafeon's ex-girlfriend, which Sylveon did not like. And eventually Sylveon convinced Ku to break up with Leafeon. Because she's like, you know what, I could do better than Leafeon. But let me tell you, you can't do better than Leafeon. Leafeon is a pure, innocent soul. He's adorable. But, you know, whatever. This is Ellie in her very early toddler stages. This is the Vaporeon. I don't know why I have these photos of her, but... and this... This is Kaizen after I changed his skin. And I think I see teeth there, so I think this Umbreon is a vampire at this point. So, and there's Kaizen and Nolan. That's Nolan. And Perline! And I have no idea what Mischievous told Umbreon there, but this photo's longer than I thought. And this isn't even one of the biggest ones I got. Stinky Butt's climbing up the stairs. Stinky Butt in hand. But... And this is just chaos. This is pure chaos is what I see. It looks like Hal is having a bear moment. There's a Stinky Butt over here. Someone fidgeting over here. Someone making a mess here. I don't know what the cat's doing, but Umbreon, you got your hands full in this photo. And he is a vampire at this point. I can see. Oh, this is adorable. This is Zara. We've already seen Zara, but we saw her as a kid form because of the order of these photos. Adorable. And yeah, I think we all know what happened there. This is angry Kaizen streaking through the house. You know, that's just a common thing for him. This is the moment that Ellie made a mistake. Or started a mistake. And that's the mistake. I took this for actually... Did I use it as a thumbnail, or did I just do it for like a little fun thing? I don't know, but this is basically the shock... the anger, the baby. And Eevee being like, oh no, whoa, 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 brother. But yeah, so that was a whole, she was a teenager. She had a teenager pregnancy, if you're confused. And these are the oldest of the Eevee family children at the time. And since they were all about teenagers, I decided to take photos of them together just to sort of compare. They pretty much, none of them, like, look alike at all. Like, I would not look at these guys and be like, oh yes, they're first cousins. Like, I get first cousins a lot of times don't look necessarily, like, a lot alike, but I feel like there's usually a consistent enough theme going throughout first cousins that you can be like, okay, I mean, I could see it. I could see how they're all, no. Not with these four. The closest thing that I think you can even say is the fact that Lynn and Ellie both have purple eyes. That's about it. that's like, even the skin tones, like, she's real pale, she's the next level pale, then she's next, and then Hal. Like, it's like, but honestly, when you look at the Eevee family, you probably wouldn't guess that they're brothers and sisters, because they just look quite a bit different. Because that's how I made them, so that's probably why they don't look so much like first cousins, but they are. They are. This is Eevees and Umbreons and Jolteons and Vaporeons. Had to remember it. But yeah, I had fun taking pictures of these four. And then that's a mad Umbreon and a mad Eevee. I feel like there's a fire going on. This is pure fear. Again, I think there's a fire going on. And this is Eevee coming home from work with a Fanteon coming in behind her. And there's the baby. Where's your baby? And there's Arlo growing up. Look, and now he's a cat. Now he's a full-grown cat. He's a full-grown cat. And then there's babies. Babies. And that's a sick Purloin. That's a happy cousin playing with, well, still playing with a happy cousin. That's better wording. Nolan's like the real sweet, innocent one. And that's a kitten falling on their face. And Leafeon in the snow with the Sylveon. This guy's about to freeze to death. You bet. Wait, I think that ends up being Glaceon's baby daddy. Anyway, this was the polar freeze. Leafeon's jumping into the pool in the winter. He had immediately run inside. Christmas time. This is a bunch of Christmas photos. This was after Vaporeon moved out, and she moved into a little house to give Ellie in the baby room instead of staying there. And Lynn had a really dirty Maya, but at the same time, I thought this photo was like a nice little scenery. Just wish Maya wouldn't have been so dirty. But yeah, Indra moved in at this point. And I was about to say, I was like, is that the last one? Or did I just take a bunch of those? I was clicking and it wasn't going. But yeah, so this is, oh yeah, I took a series of couple photos with them. I think only like 2 or 3 of them made it out in the light, but I do like them. Again, Misdreavus and Umbreon, couple up there, but still, I like these two too. But, so, you know. Oh, and this is when Lynn was a toddler. See, this is just all over the place. It's all over the place. All rainbow. And this is Theo. This is Ellie's baby. So, again, all over the place. Their first kiss, which is adorable. Vaporeon pretending to be a pirate with toddler Lynn. Again, these photos are all over. Next time, I'm going to try to make sure they're sorted by year. Before. And this is that father like son or son like father moment, but instead of son and father, it's grandson and grandfather. Which is really weird to think that Jolteon is a grandfather. But, I mean, he had Ellie pretty young, and Ellie had her kid even younger, so that's just what you get in those scenarios. But yeah, so some of them are just really random photos. Flareon's fight with Seth. So I think Seth was the first guy in the story-wise, like, that we see that messed with her. And she got into a fight with him, I think. Or was it Kevin first? I don't remember which was first, actually. That is just one of the most hilarious faces I've ever seen a sim make. That's also pretty high up there on hilarious. And this one, I remember this happened. You can see the fire extinguisher if you look real close, but if you just glance, it looks like she's the one setting him on fire, which I find it funny because that's Flareon. So that's why I took that photo, because I thought it was ironic. Oh, they look so young. Look at the babies. They're so little. This is like early. Also, I didn't have as much CC going on either, so this was super, super early. This was very... Look how, like, not bulked up Jolteon is. Like, what the frick? That is so weird. So much weird. And she looks so... Oh, goodness gracious. They all look so different. I think Umbreon looks the most same. Like, he's the one who looks the most alike when he first started. He still looks different. He still looks like a younger him. But... still. Like, even there, he looks like he started to change some, comparatively, but still. But yeah, adorableness. This was when Ellie first, I think, started to actually, like, Jolteon took custody of Ellie, I think. This was the awkward moment when, you know, Indra had come to Lynn's party, and they were still on awkward terms, and it's just awkward. But he was there for Lynn, so that's what's meant. We all know what that face is. Massage time! Wait. They were hugging in the background there. Oh, was that one of my little sneaky things that was slowly showing that they were getting closer? I don't know. But they were hugging in the background. But anyway, and there's River. So River is Indra and Vaporeon's second child. And he's so adorable. He does have very glowing purple eyes. That might throw a few people off, but still, he's adorable. Just don't pay attention to the very, very strongly glowing purple eyes. And, yes. See, Flareon and Jolteon are no longer living in this house either. So it's sort of sad to think about. Like, this is literally only Eevee's. Well, technically, no, it's not just Eevee. But anyway, and that is Estelle and Spencer. Spencer is actually my Sim son. So they are friends, and this was when Estelle first sort of started showing up. And she was dating Jasper still at this time. But she eventually broke up with Jasper. And now she's actually dating Spencer, fun fact. So, little cheeky moment there. Anyway, here's Ellie reading what's going on here. And he said, this small. This small. Oh wait, this small. I don't know what she's doing there. I love that photo of her and Saya. Oh yeah, so I remember this. This actually happened off camera. I had accidentally let my game still be running. Ellie died in the pool. Had to use Estelle to plead for her life from Grimm because everyone else was in such a bad mood compared to Estelle. And for some reason with some of them, I couldn't get them to click on it. And she also was like the closest to Ellie in like the relationship bar. And somehow it worked. It somehow worked, and she was able to make it out alive. And like these series of photos, the fact that she's being lifted out of the pool, and it's like, oh, was definitely a very dramatic moment to see. And then there's this photo that looks like she's like still wanting death for some reason, like weird moment, very very strange weird moment. Oh yes, and this is Avril. This is a group of people that Marina and Hal actually hang out with. Tiki, Hal could have ended up with her, but it just didn't happen, even though it looks like there she sort of wanted it to happen. Am I at the end? I think I'm at the end. So, wait. So yeah, it looks like I'm finally at the end of the photo. So this is the Eevee Family's photo set. Those are sort of just randomly tacked onto the end there, but yeah. Next time I'm going to try to make sure they're in order more by year, like, yeah, so it makes a little bit more sense, but I do know that this video probably is going on for a little bit longer than I sort of was thinking it was going to go, but yeah, so we'll probably be going to the Forgotten Families in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm just going to click on a random one here. So I can have, I'll have Espeon up. We'll have Espeon having the spotlight here. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and a little sneak peek well, not necessarily a sneak peek, but getting to see my screenshots, some of them that give you a little behind the scenes stuff, and some of them you get a little bit of, I guess, tea, you would call it, of knowing some of the things that was going on behind the scenes, what could have happened, what I was trying to make happen, so on and so forth, and things that, like, you know, Ellie's death, that wasn't planned, so I had to, like, quickly, like, no, this isn't supposed to happen. So yeah, we will be going to the Forgotten Families next, and then we're gonna go to that one folder that's at the very end. That's the one that I think's really long, so I'm like, this video's probably took longer than I meant. I'm afraid how long that one would take, but we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah, I hope you've liked this little look into my screenshot little folders here. I definitely will try to do all of them, so I hope you're looking forward to all of them. Let me know down in the comments below if you're excited to see more, if you want to definitely see, like, the cast folder and the house builds folder, or so on and so forth, and all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so that you're notified for the next video and know when it comes out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!